approach this mid turret. The defense shield still gonna pop. But the Lord is still up, and now the pressure's here. 15 still, 4 hide on Oak Bush to be up. You're gonna drop it down once again. Mlbb, Daytona's welcome. Throw him into the wall. Kairi, meanwhile, on the other side's working. Burns a flicker out. Akashi, no chance. And now looking to take out Doom as well. He's trying to avoid the shots from Kelra, but he can't avoid Kairi. And they're looking for, finally, Kelra goes down, but Kairi's here as well. It's a different KK connection. It's a maniac for Kairi. And that's all Onic needed in this game. 1 under 12 minutes.
21-6 the final score, and they're gonna farm one more. How are they going to play this out nicely? Because the way that I see it, Chip has already figured out the starting point of the enemy jungler. The same can be said for Onic's side. And Entity 7, like Mirko said, it's that first portal that's going to make the difference.
Yeah, the Chip is in a... it's just in a weird place right now, I feel like. I almost thought they'd just go with the Belric. That's not the case, but... You know, whoa, already taking a lot of damage early on. Oh, the flicker used from Sands. First blood already going to Onic to start things off.
Oh man, that was a mistake for sure. Again, they're just forgetting that Eudora, especially with Superconductor, has reduced Fork Lightning cooldowns, especially when it is empowered here by the same marked target. However, same problems are still gonna last. At least Shin didn't lose too much in his lane, but the rest of them, right? Now they have the information. Kairi is having the time of his life stealing away camps.
Yeah, this is something that they can continue to do. Going back on the Chip pick, we'll have to see if they can utilize this. The shortcuts, the portals, like you mentioned. Again, you don't see him picked up too often. It's him and usually the Lou Yi that can play that macro level kind of style of gameplay. And Chip, if utilized correctly, can do a whole lot here. But with a Marcel in this setup in the mid lane, that's what they're going to go for anyway. Sans, there's some revenge. Bagwin also able to get a kill now for himself. So, hey, good for Entity 7 to get things going.
Really good. And more importantly, this is the fact that Hide on Bush understands that, hey, despite not being level 4, it doesn't mean that I can't actually kill you in the lane if I catch you off guard. Especially since Sans very visibly used this flicker in the lane. Now, Kelra kind of out of the fight for now, but he wasn't going to participate in the upcoming turtle anyways.
Yeah, this is one of the things, too. The Granger only picked a couple times so far, you know, and this is going to the hands of Kelra. Obviously, very comfortable on this hero, can make it work, but, you know, I think that's the main thing, too. You know, the decision between who gets the Sky Piercer, most likely, as the panel mentioned, Hirara here, you know, you got to protect still Kelra on the Granger. He's got the range to work with, and yeah, I kind of agreed, maybe a little bit stronger of an audio attacker here where he's got to rely on the Rhapsody shots, but it's all about positioning, and we've seen it before from Kelra. First turtle up, though, that's already going to get started down. RW going to drop down, Mlbb gone, and now Akashi going to get shredded through here, so a bit of a trade. Turtle still up, Keyboy. Almost level 4, we'll have that golden hour available now. They can play around this Sans, going forward with a flicker. There's the damage we were looking for again, as Kairi picks up a kill for himself.
Great coordination from the mid trio here. Great showing, and more importantly, they understand that Bagwin, he's about to get level 4, so there's no point risking it, even though Kairi does have a level lead on to Hide on Bush. At this stage of the game, right, we're thinking about lane advantages, and from top side, we're probably not going to see much go on. It's a sandbag on that side. Kelra, he's got to be really careful. As long as that flicker is down, if he pushes himself too far forward, if Doom gets a Zaman Force directly on top of him, he can kill him in that lane, so he's got to be careful for that.
What I want to see from Entity 7 here is just playing around their strengths, which is really, you know, real-world manipulation. We've seen this so much with the Eve pickups. Kairi sees, he's like, Hide on Bush, I see you in that bush. I'm going to go for this anyway. A lot of damage coming through. Alley-ooping it over to Sans as he's able to cap off the kill. Get out of my jungle, says Kairi.
Yeah, the problem is that once you see the stun be thrown out, he has no way to kind of, you know, close the get out with any iframes at that point. Kelra now getting an early Sky Piercer is great. The question is whether or not he's going to be able to participate in the very first fight here. Because so far, Sans has kind of given the layup over to Kairi. At some point, it's got to go over to Kelra.
Yeah, eventually, but the strengths, man, and this is why the Eudora is so just a top priority pick right now. You're seeing it in action in the early game to be able to set things up in this manner and also kind of supplement a jungler like the Hirara in the hands of Kairi is something that you can make work so well from the early game all the way to the late game. And now this turtle finally going to be started up here. It's been delayed pretty much out. They're going to go for another kill. Akashi once again shredded through. A golden hour is going to drop down. Now Kelra's a part of the fight. He wants to get the stacks he's looking for. Doom's got to defensively Zaman force out. There's another kill for Onic. And they'll finally make their way for this turtle here. Shin's got no option but to back off. There is a push in the mid though, at least for something for Entity 7.
How much damage did he actually get onto that mid-tier 1? No, just the plating. The plating is good enough. That's still a little bit of money. He's going to lose a decent amount in his own jungle as Kelra decides, you know what? I ain't wasting no time whatsoever. Give me the gold on that top side before the shielding time's out.
You're seeing it right there, Gideon. That's just how scary that amount of damage can be, that a flicker is burned out from Shin. Just because, again, that snapshot, the interaction with the stun, and as they go into the jungle again, E7, no room to breathe, even on their own side, as Kairi will pick up another stack.
There's just so much CC to deal with, and nobody can really stop Keyboy from what he's doing. He's able to run through every single member of the side of E7, and until we see a full commitment, there's just no point. And now they're losing mid-tier 1, which is a pivotal point in the map.
Golden hour, drop down, Kairi lining up the shots, and it's right lined up for Shin, and out in the mid lane. Daytona's welcome into the team. They landed on through. Luffy's gone, but E7 looking to fight back down, running it for Sands. He's gonna have to burn the flicker. The re-engage comes through. Snapshots are there. Oh, Bagwin, 1 HP. He'll get back to base. Could have been way worse for Entity 7 there.
Way worse, for sure. But man, let's look at the goal difference here, because somehow Kelra has been more effective in these team fight spells. So the innate impact that we see from Onic is just too much to handle. And Doom ain't gonna waste a free Purify just to get out of a golden hour or walk around it.
Yeah, for E7, they want to go ahead and start letting, Doom scale up. This is what we see with Harith, right? Eventually, you're able to do a whole lot with that Zaman Force. They just really haven't been able to have that upper hand fight against, this lineup that Onic has. A big component to that, again, the golden hour. I'm surprised, Marcel, we haven't seen him pop up as much, especially back, wildcard and then even in MWI. And it's like, he's still so useful with that golden hour alone. But even Chip can do something similar. A little bit of stun here on Keyboy. This fight for this turtle, though. Let's see if anyone's actually able to secure it. Highland Bush will just now pick up that Sky Piercer, though.
I'm not sure if that's even going to get any value this time around. Considering what's about to happen, Highland Bush gets caught out just like that. I mean, these interceptions, they can't... Wait, hold on.
Oh, they're just going for it. Another stack for Kelra. Akashi could be next. Infernal Pursuit, but there's a double now for this Granger for Kelra. Stacks on stacks, and that's going to be a turret. And just another objective.
That's a huge miscommunication for the side of Entity 7. Onic now going to take full advantage of this as Kelra now leading the charge by himself with the rest of his team to say, you know what? We're going to take everything. What are you going to do? Chase us? Doom trying, but he's not going to catch up to Keyboy anytime soon.
Yeah, you're not going to catch a Marcel like that, So, yeah, I don't know. That was clearly a mistake, a misstep there for E7 to be on that side, to lose their jungler, but... The punishment also is just more turrets, more space. Even in that replay, it just happens so quickly, and then you get collapsed on. And if you line yourselves up like this for E7, you're trying to keep things from getting too worse. It's just, Onic does such a great job at giving those stacks over to Kelra too. They know that that's a big part of these team fights now. I mean, look at the health bars. They're just dropping as they try to get to the base. They try to get away, but Bagwin's down, and now Akashi gets blown up as well from the shots from Kelra.
He didn't want to use his flicker either. Again, I feel like E7, they understand that their battle spells are like so key to their composition, but at the same time, they're not using it to save themselves. Now we have a 13-3 lead, a 5.7k lead at 8 minutes into the game, which is not, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty devastating on top of the fact that Kelra is almost max stacks at this stage of the game on his Sky Piercer.
Yeah. Keyboy and Sans both just doing an amazing job throughout this game too to set things up. Look at the difference here now in the mid lane. They're actually able to get Lutfi. Keyboy and Sans, do they want to fight this? I know they got Kelra there, but still, you don't want to get overzealous and get punished here. You got a 6,000 gold lead if you're Onic. You want to keep that together for this Lord here in about 30.
First items, priority. I like how Lutfi is like, no, I'm not going to think about sustain whatsoever. All I'm thinking about is maintaining my stacks. get me a Guardian helmet, and yeah, I'll make something happen. He is a thick boy for a good reason, but also such a huge deterrent for E7. Like,
Yeah.
what are they going to do as soon as he starts charging up the Daytona's welcome, right? On the opposite side, I do want to see whether or not E7, specifically Vagwin, he needs to get a backline attack onto Kelra.
Yeah, I feel like he's been trying, you know, like he's been trying to find that positioning, but there just hasn't been that opening that they're looking for. And now at this point, it looks like E7's just gonna have to give this Lord over to Onic, let them do their things. Akashi's gonna give the information. There's quite a few here. They're trying to push up top too, but Lord already secured by Kairi. Vagwin gone. I mean, this is just not where you want to be, and now Daytona's welcome to keep Akashi in place. Line it up again for Kelra to get a double again. And E7, it's looking really dire here in game one.
I think this game is almost over. Onic is in a point where their snowball is a little too big, and they're purposely delaying Hide on Bush. He will not be able to get with the rest of his team, and now his death timer is staggered.
Yep. Already base turret's going to be worked on. Doom trying to drop it down with his Amin Force, but still just delaying possibly the inevitable here. Almost a 9,000 gold lead as Lord is going to approach this mid turret. The defense shield's still going to pop, but the Lord is still up, and now the pressure's here. 15 still, 4 Hide on Bush to be up. They're going to drop it down once again. Mlbb, Daytona's welcome. Throw him into the wall. Kairi, meanwhile, on the other side's working. Burns a flicker around Akashi. No chance. And now looking to take out Doom as well. He's trying to avoid the shots from Kelra, but he can't avoid Kairi. And they're looking for more. Finally, Kelra goes down, but Kairi's here as well. It's a different KK connection. It's a maniac for Kairi. And that's all Onic needed in this game one. Under 12 minutes. They'll cap out game one against Entity 7.
21-6 the final score, and they're gonna farm one more before they close out the very first match. Opportunities, but it's about that snowball.
Yep.
They have to play through strong side, which they start at level 1.
They want to build the snowball right now.
Ouch.
Okay, Revitalize is burnt. I think they're happy with that, but that's going to be tough for E7 because this is always what we see. Early game pressure in the mid lane, trading out some battle spells. And so you don't have that Revitalize. It's nothing too crazy, but obviously it's going to kind of change your game plan here. Let's take a quick look at the emblems for now.
Yep, so far the emblems are going to be Master Assassin. No,
no,
shit.
Hold on, shit.
Trouble.
Oh. You don't get a chance.
You got, it's one of those moments where it's just like, yeah, you already, the level 1 got messed up.
Yeah.
So you probably shouldn't be the one opening up the bush as well, or maybe using the Fork Lightning as a means to open, but the same can be said about Vagwin, right? You just, gonna have to just open up the map somehow.
Yep.
Look at the control, the tempo, already. Oh, the sidestep from T-Boy.
Oh, look at the pressure actually. Hide on Bush. Again, nowhere to go. Double for Keyboy 3-0. On this Cho. That's a roam Cho, by the way.
By the way, Kairi is already level 4, like nearly before the minute even started. Like how this is a ridiculous start for Onic developing a 1.6k lead less than 2 minutes into this game. And what sucks about it is that Hide on Bush has no camps to actually take. And then he goes up to the EXP. Guess what? No crab there. I gotta go invade. And Keyboy, he's sniffing it out.
What it feels like is a Harley with no magic right now, man. Like he's starved out. You're seeing it. Keyboy is enough pressure. Okay, at least there's a caveat there. Our kill going to the hands of Shin. So a little bit of an overstep probably from Sans there. He did burn his flicker in that, but still, man, this is one of those cases where you give up this first turtle. You don't really want to maybe contest this just because of the fact that Hide on Bush has already been delayed enough. If he's delayed further, then we've seen that before be the case.
Yeah, and honestly, nobody wants to fall behind, especially since Keyboy wants to maintain that passive from his roaming boots. In the meantime, though, I'm looking down on bot side, and Doom is also having a pretty tough time against Kelra, who's got an amazing freeze by his tower.
All right, as we expected, Turtle just going to go in the hands here of Onic. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the map, a little bit of trading going on there. Keyboy will be able to go ahead and take it. He's almost got the flicker available, and now that he's got the kick, he's got that Way of the Dragon. He's going to continue to be a nuisance there in the jungle. Over on this top side where Kairi is, though. keeping tabs on him. Good protection, though, coming out from E7. They need to do this. They need to get these guys out of their side of the jungle, and they'll do that behind on Bush. Once again, Kairi, level 7, goes through. Good thing, hide on Bush, able to get his purple buff.
And great rotation here coming in from Kairi as well. He's not going back up towards that top side. He just completely decided, you know what, we're going to cut through that mid lane. We're expecting Akashi to actually start participating in these fights, and now they're back on the invade.
Doom's only level 3. Oh no, it gets worse. Shin going down here. The fight for the orange. Hide on Bush won't be able to get that one. And man, someone's got to help Doom here. I just realized, yeah, he's only this level 3 at this point, and Kairi level 8, man.
This is ridiculous. Like, Kelra has got a permanent freeze here. What is he supposed to do? Like, well, they need Vagwin to actually come down and break this freeze, or literally anybody to break this freeze. It's... Oh, no, he's dead.
No, Doom. Okay, BMI, but torn apart memory, okay.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Not enough marks?
Not enough marks. The Purify came in just in time.
Oh, but Keyboy's here. Rest of the team, too. They know this. He's gonna go ahead and get some regen on, but pop the blaze and do it. There's Keyboy! Goes in with a kick. Not the target he was probably looking for, so he kicks Shin. Doom does go down, though. We'll finalize the help. Meanwhile, Kairi gets a kill across the map against Akashi. But Onic will continue to build up. Gideon, I don't think we've seen this kind of a lead at the 4-minute mark.
Right now, the game is up to Onic. Like, if Onic whiff anything, if they give a shutdown over to E7, maybe there's an opportunity.
Boy, obviously, in that too, he picked up the Radiant Armor, so now he can be more durable, you know, against these magic damage dealers that ND7 has. And that's all part of the plan of not letting that lead that they've built up already so quickly slip out. And this is the thing, another turtle's just going to go over to Onic. There's no contest here. So when it's this case, when we have to think of Entity 7's chances of turning the game over on this head, you know, with this kind of landslide right now for Onic, where is that going to be? Who is going to be that person? You know, because Doom, you'd think it'd be the Claude, but my goodness, he was delayed so much, frozen out of his lane.
Yeah, it's a... Honestly, I think this is a prisoner's dilemma already. It's like asking a mother who's their favorite child. It's you gotta pick one, unfortunately, and right now it's not Doom. That's what I could say. Oh no.
Oh, Kashi. Keyboy under the turret. There's the kick right in between both. They don't care. They'll get a kill. There's the stunt, Mlbb. Kairi with a retribution, gonna chase down Shin. Shin able to get away though, but that's just a preview of how much Onic can take from Entity 7 as a turret is pushed now in the bottom lane. Tier 2, Doom, nowhere to go. Popping the Purify. Has to stay alive at all costs, but Kairi's here. All the iframes to work with, and a torn apart memory from Kelra will cap out another kill.
They can stop. This is a public execution here from Onic. They are not letting up, and they want to make sure that it is known you can't play anything less than perfect.
Couple shots here. All right, flicker burn at least for Sans, but still, so much work for Entity 7 to deal with that they just have to watch the tier 2 turret go down nearly here in that bottom lane. It's just Onic doesn't have anything else to take, so they'll just keep pressing on these turrets.
You know, I've watched a lot of games in my career, but never one where I've been so confident that this game's kind of over already.
Yeah.
It's an 8.4K lead 6 minutes into the game, and these positions are literally impossible to get out of unless Onic all decide to like run at fountain or something like that. But it's very unlikely. Once you're at a stage where you're already an item and in a component ahead of your opponent, it becomes very difficult to actually claw your way back out of this, especially since a lot of the combinations are very single target rather than hitting multiple people. Yeah. And that's the big difference between E7 and Team Liquid's composition. Even though Team Liquid was losing massively at that point in time, the comeback ability comes down to the 5 wombo combo, which they don't have.
Yeah, and what you're seeing here too, you know, there's a phrase over in the Philippines that's used quite a bit. It's called Hunger Games. You hear the professional players say it, where they take everything from the jungle, pretty much. Akashi, they'll take him as well. They're going to be looking for Doom next. Doom will be able to get away with the BMI, but now Vagwin trying to run himself away, but it's just way too much as another goes down for E7, and Onic will shortly be knocking on these holy defense shields already this early on.
Yeah, look, they just sit in base. Yep, he's already holding on to 2 waves, because what are they gonna do? Like, no DHS? All right, that's fine. Max stacks on Uranus. He's gonna regenerate harder than everybody put together.
Yeah, this is just, at that point, Mlbb just pressing on the wounds for this one.
He's gonna walk into turret just to restart the stacks. Yep.
Restart the stacks. Another wave coming through mid. Tier 1 gone. Tier 2 next. They still hold on to the shields. But Entity 7, again, look at this. The glooms. A couple glooms bringing Doom down to a third of his health.
Dude, look, Mlbb. I hate, especially when you're playing Uranus at a high level.
Just look at him.
And you have such a lead, he just becomes like the solar system's behind here. Just a dirty little man. Look at him. What are you gonna do? Huh? He still has his ult. And then he punts on up and he does nothing. He's just literally face checking them.
This is only possible when you're 13,000 gold ahead as a team. Bagwin desperately jumping in with the Avatar of the Guardian, but he's just gonna go to his death. Loopy still in the base. He hasn't moved at all. A flicker forward from Sans, trying to get the kill. Another defense shield popped, but look, Loopy still not moving from this. He's his own just bulwark for this team. He does burn the flicker. There you go. Finally, Entity 7. They're done with the disrespect.
I'm sure hoping that Onic isn't trying to farm the numbers here because it's looking very, very good so far. Oh, Calamity Reaper going on right on Bush. Kind of interesting when he's going for it here. Wants to make sure that he has a little bit of true damage on top of everything else, but I think right now he kind of needs to sustain. Not to mention that Kelra has been playing equally pixel perfect as well, making sure that he isn't missing a beat. Catching up and cleaning out the majority of these kills, but now that we're coming into the 9th minute of the game, Onic, this is it, right? No holy shielding on every single side of Entity 7's base. They're going to be able to get this. Zipper, could you pull up the items just in case? I don't want to be wrong about this, but I think that Doom should be like an item and a half. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it hurts.
Uh-oh, it's gonna hurt more here. Sans does take some damage. He's got the black shoes. He's gonna be fine. A little jump there on the fence. They're gonna get run down in their jungle, so ignoring the Lord for now. They'll just take a buff, make their way back to it. But what did they get out of that? Again, some of these ultimates used up, battle spells. E7 still wants to show up for this. Potentially, they might just get punished here, though, if they do.
Everything that could have gone wrong in the early game has gone wrong for Entity 7, and I think that as much as it feels soul-crushing for Hydon Bush, it's one of those games that you wish, like, all right, it's a GG, go next. I understand that we're going to have to play through the lower side, but this is really, really rough. And I think the only few mistakes that Onic can make, it's difficult for Kairi because at this stage, he's got enough cooldowns to get his iframes back up before the killing blow actually comes through. I think it's got to be down to like just Sans and Kelra who need to give away these kills, particularly Kelra.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, man.
He usually doesn't do that.
It's usually not the case, but even if it was the case, Entity 7 just doesn't have the firepower. I feel like they almost have to expend too much for them to cap out a kill on an overstep that most likely won't happen from Kelra. Now for Onic, with this Lord marching towards the base, the 14,000 gold too is even bigger than the Lord right now. Lutfi up again, leading the charge. There you go again, just Shin deleted off the map here. 2 base turrets down. Onic looking to cap it out here under the 12-minute mark once again. One more desperate attempt here from E7, but they'll just lock it down and come in cleaning as Onic comes in to clean up the series in a sweep against Entity 7.
Absolute massacre of murder here up in the group stages. Onic, they're not holding back the punches anymore.